Hey everybody, welcome back to Run and Gun. I hope you're having a great weekend. If you're new to the channel, I'm JT, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to create this orange and teal look that I applied to a bunch of photos from my last shoot. So let's get right into it in Photoshop. Let's start off by taking a look at our different layers here. So I'll show you guys the before and after. So if I turn off the curves layer and I turn off this teal and orange color grading group, you can see this is the before image and this is the after image. Pretty big difference, and it really creates a nice surreal vibe, and it really gives an awesome look to this arcade shoot. And I really like the way it turned out. So let's shut both of these off again. Now, a quick tip before you start any sort of color grading, make sure that your white balance is correct. In this photo, these lights were white and the hair was white, so I did my white balance off of the model's hair to make sure the white balance was correct, because if that wasn't correct, then none of my colors would be correct and it would throw this whole look off. So to start off, I'm gonna show you guys what I did with this curves layer. So in this first curves layer, if we open it up, you can see all I did was boost the exposure in the midtones just slightly, and we can close that out. And in the second curves layer, we turn that on, I added a very simple S-curve and I lifted the shadows a touch. You can see in the dark spots of the image, the shadows go from black to gray, and that just gives it this whole moody, surreal vibe. And if you really want to get into curves and master curves, I highly recommend checking out my video on mastering the curves tool in Photoshop. I'll link that in the video and the description. So let's close this curves layer out. And you can see if we turn that group on and off again, it just brightened up some of the highlights and lifted the shadows a bit. So let's take a look at our teal and orange color grading group. So we'll turn that on. And inside this group, you can see we have a hue and saturation layer and we have a channel mixer layer. So for now, let's turn off the hue and saturation and let's open up this channel mixer layer, and we'll go to our green channel and turn our green output percentage to 0. It's actually easier to go in here and hit 0 rather than wiggling these sliders and hoping you get it right. And then I'm going to turn our blue output to 100. And as you can see, this kind of gave us a nice two-strip look, and we're most of the way there, but this isn't quite teal and orange. It's more of a red and green, kind of a Christmassy look. So this is where I used hue and saturation to tweak the colors where I wanted them. So we'll turn on that layer, and if I open up hue and saturation, reset this, all I did was move the hue slider to the right until I got an actual orange and teal look. And I thought that was about plus 15 on the hue slider. So I can close this window out, and you can see this is our basic teal and orange color grading look. And while we were achieving this look, we essentially got rid of all of the greens in the image and pushed them towards teal. And we removed a lot of the purples and reds and pushed them towards an orange or closer to a skin tone color. So again, we can take a look at the before and the after, and it's as simple as that. And just so you guys know, in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be putting my new website up, and I'm working on creating more LUTs and presets just like this teal and orange LUT. I'm actually working on a LUT right now inspired by this shoot, and I just took this teal and orange to a whole nother level and played with leaving some of these other colors in here and really pumping up those blues. But that is all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this teal and orange color grading tutorial, and I hope you guys can use this look in the future. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more videos in the future. And if you want to say hi, feel free to drop me a comment down below and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. So until next weekend, get out and go shoot.